Hey everybody, welcome to the Keep Up, and this will be our first ever Top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10.
The way we're going to do number 10s on the Keep Up.
Number 10s? Top
The
10.
way we're going to do top 10s on the Keep Up is we're each going to have a top 10.
Yes.
So this is our top 10 video game characters. I have 10, Tim has 10.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to each do our number, whatever one we're on, until we get to the last one.
Right.
And we're going 10 to 1.
Right.
1 being our number 1 video game character.
Favorite, hands down.
Of all time.
Ooh. So the rules we set up for this are they have to have originally existed in a video game, and they can't be a character that's been made before and then made into a video game that's like different. That's the same thing, really.
Yeah, you essentially just said the same thing twice, but it's good to be thorough.
Right.
So, for example, you can't pick Leonardo from TMNT
Right.
on the Wii.
Right.
Because he already existed.
Clearly you thought about that.
I just saw Ninja Turtles on your shelf, and I thought, there's a good example. So those are the rules. Have to have originated in a video game, and have to be a character.
And could be hero, villain, heroine.
I don't know what that is.
A Vero.
Who's gonna go first?
Of course you had to go first.
Okay.
So
Number 10. The Splicers from BioShock. Yeah. You know why?
Why? Yeah, give me reasons.
Because they're awesome.
They are awesome.
They're really creepy, and I like the masks and that whole feel, this like masquerade, scary wackadoo folks coming at you.
The first time you've seen them?
No, because I blacked out in fear.
It's when you come up in the bathysphere or whatever it's called.
Yes.
And he's like scratching on it and he jumps on top and stuff.
So scary.
Horrifying. It's really, really good.
So good.
That's 10. That's interesting.
That's my number 10.
All the characters in the whole world.
They stick with me because BioShock was such an experience for me when I played it. I was like, oh man, that game was just like so intense. The first BioShock and the Splicers. It was so creepy. Like now, after playing BioShock 2 and Infinite, I don't really think of it as a scary game so much, but the original BioShock, the Splicers were terrifying.
Yeah, they were.
So as like, and all their various designs, like I said, with like the masks and the fact that they're just like out of their minds, it's just like, it sticks with me. So that's my number 10.
That's good.
Somewhere.
So my number 10 is Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's your number 10?
That's my number 10.
This is my surprise face.
Well, Sonic's been like my main character forever. That's how surprised. Sonic has been part of my life for a while. I love Sonic, and you know that. But
I feel like Sonic's known you longer than I have.
That's probably true. What they're doing with his character now makes me dislike him.
Okay.
So, past Sonic Adventure is really the Sonic I like.
Right.
Sonic Adventure, the voice actor, just the stories he was wrapped around. That's the Sonic I like, and that's the one I remember. But now they have the new voice actor, and the new stories are ridiculous and stuff. So, it's because of that he's so low on my list.
So low?
Yeah, he's 10.
The lowest.
I still love Sonic, but there's just so many other things that are better that impacted me more than Sonic, which is crazy because...
That is crazy.
So I have more Sonic things in my room than...
I was calling that number 1.
Really?
Because another thing is, neither of us know what's on each other's list.
Right, so it's a surprise for us too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number 10.
Number 10.
My number 9.
Yes.
Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Have you played the games?
Not 3. But 1 and 2.
Yes.
Why'd you look at me like that?
Because I'm surprised. I am surprised.
Here's the thing with Max Payne. Good lord, it's so sad.
His story is so sad.
It's so sad. But the dude just keeps going and going, and he's just gonna do what he's got to do.
Plus, he looks awesome.
He looks awesome. Really he's cool kind of your classic, like, rugged, like, dude with a handgun, like, tell me what you know kind of character. He takes weird drugs that slow everything down. Yeah, that's awesome. Don't awesome. Do drugs, I'm just saying.
Unless they're Max Payne drugs.
You're right, yeah. If you're Max Payne, do it. Those are my favorite scenes. But other than that, don't do drugs that slow everything down. That's a bad idea. But, yeah, Max Payne just always stuck with me because those first 2 games were just so heavy. And, like, I remember when the first Max Payne came out and I really got into it, it just was like, I was so immersed, and so I kind of like have a special place in my heart for him as a character. I haven't played 3. I heard it was really, really good.
Yeah, 3 was, it played really well. The story was alright. The first 2 had a much better story.
That's the thing, man, the story, and there's certain, I think part of the reason I enjoy him as a character is because there were scenes in those games that really played into what was going on mentally with him. Like, there was one scene in particular where the whole level was black. It was just walking along, like, you had to kind of find the path based on, if I remember correctly, there's a light in the distance and, like, maybe blood here and there. But other than that, and I took that level as, like, what was going on in his brain. And, you know, I'm jumping over spoilers here. If you haven't played Max Payne, you can play it. But so stuff like that kind of brought you deeper into the character. Yeah. So I think that's part of why he sticks out in my brain. So that's my number 9.
204863.
My number 9 is Lisa from Silent Hills.
Silent Hills?
Silent Hills.
The Silent Hills...
Silent Hills, like Kojima Silent Hills. The ghost in it.
Oh!
Lisa. Yeah.
I didn't know she had a name.
Yeah.
So PT.
PT, yeah. So,
said Silent Hills like you played it.
Whatever, PT. She's the character. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. No, I'll give it to you. I was just confused for a second.
So the reason why she's number 9 is because I've never been so afraid of a digital thing, a digital character. She instilled a fear in me that anytime I see someone do a Let's Play on Silent Hills, or PT, I won't watch it because she's so scary.
She's really scary.
She's number 9 because I love something that gave me such an emotion. Yeah. Such a fear. So that's why because she's so good. She's just...
So she beat Sonic.
She beat Sonic.
Is there top 10
favorite 8 other people beat Sonic.
Yeah, but wow. Alright.
You're so surprised about Sonic.
Man, that's gonna stick with me. That's pretty cool though. Sorry, I look like I'm checking a text. I'm just checking for my number 8. A scratch in my throat. Alan Wake.
Being that your favorite game, why is he number 8?
It's almost my... I think it's my favorite game. I mean, I'll have to tell you the rest of my list to tell you why he's my number 8. But I don't know. He makes my list because... again, it's a game where you're really invested in the character the whole time. I mean, obviously you are him throughout the game, but I just love the way that he's developed throughout Alan Wake. You kind of get to know him better. There's a lot of like metaphorical and mental stuff that you're dealing with throughout the game. So I just think he's a really interesting character, and the way that the game is based on him being a writer and things that he's written, it's just very like... You're immersed in the character more throughout the game, and there's just a lot of really cool stuff. Like the game almost feels like more of a story than a game. Now that kind of almost doesn't make sense because games have stories. I'm not saying they don't. Alan Wake. Is my number 8.
So my number 8 is...
I'm nervous. What the heck is that?
Is a Pokemon. It is my favorite Pokemon. And just not really much to say. It doesn't have a story. It's a Pokemon in the Johto region of Pokemon, whatever that, I think it's Johto. And I don't know, I just love it. It's incredibly cute. I love how it looks. And it's so powerful because it's a water and an electric type.
What?
So it's cool. Really, really strong. It can negate most electric attacks and also water attacks because they're,
Sick.
It's 2 opposites that work together. So
I didn't know they had those.
Yeah, no, it's like, I think it might be one of the only ones, but...
Does it look like a chinchilla?
No, not at all. It's like a,
That seems like a given. Why would you not?
Because it's a water Pokemon. It's like those things with the big antennas that glow.
A caterpillar?
No, in underwater, really deep in the deep sea.
Oh, like with the
lantern.
one...
Yeah, it's got two of those.
Let's
like
both do this.
Yeah. So that's...
Huh.
I like it.
My number 7
is...
Jill Valentine of Resident Evil fame.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Jill sandwich.
Jill sandwich.
Which Jill, though?
I feel like I can pick whichever one I want because aren't they kind of... I mean, they're all the same Jill.
They are the same Jill, but they're kind of...
When I say Jill Valentine, I'm picturing...
Yeah, which one do you think
I'm
of?
picturing Resident Evil 1 through 3 Jill Valentine.
Okay.
She's who sticks out in my brain. There's definitely some nostalgia attached, but she's just an awesome character. I think she's really cool, and she goes through, like the whole Nemesis thing is a lot of what I think about. Because I'll never forget playing Nemesis and just running out of sheer terror from Nemesis. He's horrifying. But she just sticks out in my brain as a character that I, came to know when I was younger, and like as more games would come out, I'd be like, "Who was Jill in this one?"
Was she your first video game crush?
No, actually, she's on this list though. So not for that reason. Not for that reason, but she's definitely on this list.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jill Valentine's my number 7. Resident Evil, such a classic franchise and one of my favorites. So newer Jill, newer crazy ninja psycho Jill,
blonde. Is that the one you're thinking?
Is she blonde?
She's blonde in Resident Evil 5, and then...
Yeah, when she gets, like, the things on her?
Yes.
And she's kind of...
Well, she was in Revelations, too. Resident Evil Revelations.
Oh, I didn't play it.
Yeah, and she was really good at that. You played as her, but...
That's cool.
But if I think of Jill, I think of Resident Evil 3. That Jill Valentine.
Yeah, that's kind of right where I think of her, too. But, yeah, so that's my number 7.
Cool.
Jill Valentine.
All right, and my number 7 is... Lee from The Walking Dead.
Really?
Lee Everett. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one.
Because it's the same thing as Lisa, where he invoked such emotion in me. The story was really well crafted,
So
but his character, I've never cared more about a character ever. Like,
yeah,
it's because it's something about the first Walking Dead Telltale game where it's such a beautiful story, and there's so many characters, and the decisions you make obviously alter your game.
Yeah.
But it's not only that you feel like you're making the choices for him, but how he reacts to the choices is amazing.
Yeah.
And he was just so good.
That's a good pick.
And he's the character that's made me cry because of things that happens. But it's he's my number 7. I would put him higher up on the list, but there are just too many other beauties.
Too many others.
Cool.
Number 6.
You know me, the fighting freak Knuckles, and we're at
Knuckles.
Knuckles. You have a Sonic character higher up on your list.
Seriously. I don't even know what's happening here.
Oh, that's funny. I even have 2 Sonic shirts now that I think about it. Anyways,
I don't know a single one.
Yeah. Anyways, Knuckles.
I've always kind of been like an underdog sidekick kind of guy, like where I love the main character, but then Knuckles came in, and Sonic and Knuckles, and I was like, who is this guy? And I don't want to say he's cooler, but I just was like immediately drawn to him. He's red, which is one of my favorite colors.
There you go.
And he's sick. Like he's got the gloves with the spikes and
he can climb walls.
He can hover for extended periods of time.
Yeah, he's got... I can see it.
You know what I mean?
He was like new Knuckles. Sonic Boom Knuckles, the huge one.
I like him.
You like him?
That show makes me laugh. I don't know. He's like kind of a big dumb oaf, which is interesting and not really what I picture. That's another thing. His attitude, he's kind of... So, I always find a way to get here. Raphael's my favorite Ninja Turtle. And...
Yeah, go ahead.
He's got a very similar attitude.
He's just like Raphael.
Yeah, he's kind of the Raphael of the Sonic universe in most cases. Not so much in Sonic Boom.
Right.
In Sonic Boom, he's kind of kind of a goofball.
Yeah.
But he's still like big and cool looking. So he was that secondary character for me that came in, and I was like, oh, like when they introduce a new character in a universe that you already really, really love, or in a franchise or whatever, and he was awesome.
Yeah.
So Knuckles is my number 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my number 6 is Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
Oh, I haven't played any.
Yeah,
of those
so
games.
you're terrible.
I'm sorry.
So I don't even know where to start with him. I think one of the best things about him is he's so relatable. He's like an action star in the movie. He not really, but he he does all these crazy scenes and everything. But
in the game, you mean?
In the game, yeah.
Okay.
But he's so, did I? That's how good it is. It's like a movie. It makes me feel like it's a movie. He's so like, his lingo's great. It's so casual. It's just like a dude going on an adventure, like just some average guy. His voice actor Nolan North does an amazing job with the character, and he did the mocap for it too.
Oh, sick.
So it's more like I like Nolan North instead of Nathan Drake, because Nolan North is Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
like, that's just him just talking basically.
Yeah.
You expect me to do?
I expected you to have my back.
I had your back.
How could you possibly with the other 2 on yours?
Good luck with Flynn. We deserve each other. I can't believe.
The Uncharted games are awesome, and he's got such a great story. So I picked Nathan Drake because he's just great.
That's a solid number 6.
Yeah, he's like Indiana Jones, but
Oh, cool.
in video game.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.